everyone. This is Sweta Tuladhar from Atu's online study, and today I'm going to give you my presentation on constitutional bodies of Nepal. Fairness, transparency, and accountability are some of the qualities required to run a state. Only then a state can run in a proper way. Body other than the executive, legislative, and judicial institutions are also required in order to run a state. Therefore, a constitution generally mentions about these bodies. If any bodies are mentioned in the constitution itself, then they are called constitutional bodies. After declaration of Constitution of Nepal 2072, we now have 13 constitutional bodies which are as follows. Commission for Investigation of Abuse of Authority, अख्तियार दुरुपयोग अनुसंधान आयोग, Auditor General, महालेखा परीक्षक, Public Service Commission, लोक सेवा आयोग, Election Commission, निर्वाचन आयोग, National Human Rights Commission, राष्ट्रीय मानव अधिकार आयोग, National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission, राष्ट्रीय प्राकृतिक स्रोत तथा वित्त आयोग, National Women Commission, राष्ट्रीय महिला आयोग, National Dalit Commission, राष्ट्रीय दलित आयोग, National Inclusion Commission, राष्ट्रीय समावेशी आयोग, Indigenous Nationalities Commission, आदिवासी जनजाति आयोग, Madheshi Commission, मधेसी आयोग, Tharu Commission, Tharu आयोग, and Muslim Commission, also known as Muslim Ayog. Commission for Investigation of Abused Authority. If a person holding a government post or office does illegal work or abuses authority, then this commission can question and investigate that person. If a person holding a public post does some inappropriate work or abuses authority, then the commission can send a notice or take necessary actions to make that person aware. There is one chief commissioner and requires a number of other commissioners. Auditor General. The Interim Constitution of Nepal 2063 has made a provision of the Auditor General. Auditor General is appointed by the President on the recommendation of the Constitutional Council. Auditor General keeps the financial accounts of all the government offices under the executive along with courts, parliament, Commission for Investigation of Abuse of Authority, Auditor General, Public Service Commission, Election Commission, Nepal Army, Nepal Police, and others. If there is an organization or company having 50% or more share owned by the government, then an accountant is appointed to keep the account of such company by taking suggestions from the Auditor General. Auditor General can also give necessary directives in this regard. The term of office of the Auditor General shall be 6 years from the date of appointment. Public Service Commission. Selecting appropriate candidates for the post of civil service is the main work of Public Service Commission. It also gives necessary advice to the government regarding matters of civil service. In Public Service Commission, there is one chairperson and other members according to the requirement. Members of this body are selected from people who are engaged in government service, and other members are selected from the field of science, art, literature, law, or people who have worked in the field of research, teaching, or any other distinguished personality who have earned names and fames and are famous in their own field. Election Commission. This commission conducts, directs, and controls all elections of parliament, village, municipality, and local bodies in the line with the law and constitution of the country. In this regard, it also collects and prepares voters' list. In Election Commission, there is one chief commissioner and other 4 election commissioners. National Human Rights Commission. This commission works to protect and promote human rights. It protects a person's right when his/her human right is being violated, also gives necessary direction to him/her for compensation to the people who have been victimized due to a violation of human rights and works to make use of other rights and follow duties. In this commission, there is one president and four other members. National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission. The federal government provides grants like fiscal equalization, conditional matching, and special for the states and local bodies annually. A constitutional body which will devise a formula based on parameters such as geographic area, population, cost of service delivery, incidence of poverty, and ability to generate final resources to recommend and distribute grants, revenues, and royalties to subnational governments is the basic function of Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission. The Commission will create a formula and methodology for the distribution of the proceeds generated from the use of natural resources, namely mountaineering, electricity, forest, and mines and minerals, among the three tiers of government. Among these grants, matching and special grants will be provided by the central government, while fiscal equalization and conditional grants will be provided based on the recommendation of the National Natural Resource and Fiscal Commission. The President shall, on the recommendation of the Constitutional Council, appoint the chairperson and members of the National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission, and there shall be a National Natural Resources and Fiscal Commission of Nepal, consisting of a maximum of 5 members, including a chairperson. National Women Commission. National Women Commission of Nepal is a constitutional body with the provision of new Constitution of Nepal 2015 Part 27 and others Commission Article 252 to 254. National Women Commission was established for the protection and promotion of the rights and interests of the women, thereby effectively including them in the mainstream of development of the women, establishing gender justice. There shall be a National Women Commission of Nepal consisting of a chairperson and 4 other members. National Dalit Commission. National Dalit Commission is a Nepali constitutional body established with a view to provide safeguards against the exploitation of Dalits, to promote and protect their social, educational, economic, and cultural interests. Special provisions were made in Constitution. In 2002, the previous government constituted a National Dalit Commission charged with protecting and promoting Dalit, formerly called untouchable, rights and ensuring active participation of the Dalit community in the development of the country. And the main objectives of this commissions are to conduct study and exploration as to the overall situation of the Dalit community, identify areas of necessary policy, legal and institutional reforms in that field, and make recommendations to the government of Nepal. Formulate national policies and programs concerning the interest of the Dalit for the upliftment and development of the Dalit, putting an end to caste-based discrimination, oppression and discrimination, and submit such policies and programs to the government of Nepal for their implementation. To monitor as to whether laws concerning the interest of the Dalit, including the special provisions made for the upliftment and interest of the Dalit community, have been effectively implemented, and in the event of absence of observance or implementation, to make suggestions to the government of Nepal for the observance or implementation thereof. To make suggestions to the government of Nepal about the preparation of reports to be submitted by Nepal in accordance with the provisions contained in the international treaties or agreements concerning the rights of the Dalit community to which Nepal is a party. In order to have the Dalit community included in the mainstream of national development and ensure proportional participation in all organs of the state, to access, monitor and evaluate the existing policies and programs, and make recommendation to the government of Nepal for their effective implementation. If it is necessary to file cases against any person or bodies on matters of being victims of caste-based discrimination and untouchability or social ill practices for infringement of or deprivation of enjoyment of the rights of the Dalit to make recommendations to the concerned bodies to file such cases in courts in accordance with the law. The National Dalit Commission may so delegate any of its functions, duties, and powers to the chairperson of the Commission. Any of its members or any employee of the government of Nepal has to be exercised and compiled with subject to the specified conditions. Other functions, duties, and powers and other relevant matters of the National Dalit Commission shall be as provided in the federal law. National Inclusion Commission. National Inclusion Commission aims to contribute towards social inclusion, rights and interest or development of persons with disabilities, minority and marginalized communities, and backward areas and classes or human rights. There shall be a National Inclusion Commission of Nepal consisting of a chairperson and four other members. Indigenous Nationalities Commission. Indigenous nationalities aim to work for development of Adivasi Janjati by removing all sorts of existing economic and social inequalities to set up and develop their healthy social life based on justice and morality, thus consolidating the national integrity and preserving such people's identities, literatures, arts, scripts, religions, and cultures by creating special opportunities for their education, well being, and employment. There shall be an Indigenous Nationalities Commission of Nepal consisting of a chairperson and a maximum of four other members. So, here we have the list of communities belonging to indigenous nationalities, which are as follows. We have Thakali, Newar, Magar, Rai, Limbu, Gurung, and Sunar, Tharu, Tamang, Bujel, Kumal, Rajbangshi, Maji, Lomi, Dhudam, Raute, Kusunda, etc. as some of the castes belonging to indigenous nationalities in context of our country Nepal. Madheshi Commission. Madhesis are people who live in Tarai region of Nepal. They are often supposed as Indian due to their physical appearance like that of people living in India, but they are also Nepalese and would love to enjoy rights and serve Nepal. So, Madheshi Commission addresses the aspirations of Madhesi people like respect, right to live, and with dignity as guaranteed by Article 12.1 of the Constitution. It is concerned with the welfare of Madhesi people by creating special opportunities for their education, well-being, and employment. Tharu Commission. Previously, there was one commission for Adivasi Janjatis and Tharus. They were seen as Madhesi despite not being Madhesi for living in Madhes. And so there later on it came Tharu Commission as a separate commission. Tharus have been separated from Adivasi Janjatis and given an independent commission as it was felt that resources allocated for indigenous nationalities were grabbed by dominant groups like Newar, Thakali or Gurung. This commission aims to work for the welfare of Tharu communities in Nepal. There shall be a Tharu Commission of Nepal consisting of a chairperson and a maximum of four other members. Muslim Commission. National Muslim Commission is a governmental organization of Nepal, and tasks of this commission are performed with contact to Ministry of Federal Affairs and Local Development, Government of Nepal. Office of the Commission is located in the Kathmandu Valley. Commission can launch its activities all over the country for the prosperity and development, for the increase of the enabling environment of indiscriminative rights of the Muslim community. Main rights and duties of Commission can be mentioned as follows. To formulate the national policies and programs and recommend for execution, to clarify, monitor, and evaluate the present legal provision and rules and recommend for necessary amendment and amalgamation in favor to time, to monitor and evaluate the governmental project and programs effectiveness and recommend for the necessary improvement, to insight for the management of mosque education, conservation and promotion of religious places, management of religious festivals, to perform the Commission's organizational development, to prepare the annual budget and program of the Commission and execute the approved programs, to investigate the complaints at the Commission and recommend for further execution of such complaints, to create increment in public awareness, to investigate the financial, physical, social, religious, historical aspects of Muslim community, etc. So, these are constitutional bodies of Nepal according to Constitution of Nepal 2072. This presentation is focused on describing functioning of various constitutional bodies in brief. For detail, do go through Constitution of Nepal 2072, which is available in English as well as Nepali version. So, thanks for listening to this. So it was pleasure for me to share my knowledge via Atu's online study channel. More of the educational videos are on the way, so do press like button, share button and subscribe button. And do leave your valuable comments in comment box so that it would help us to improve our weakness and maintain better sides of us. So thank you.